Okay, the wiring in this closet is so horrendous. I wanted to give you guys a video because it's a lot easier than taking lots of stills. This is the closet that we're working with in the Sister Fund, for those who haven't seen it. It's not very large, and the mess here is pretty bad. I'll try to lay it out and give you guys an idea of what's going on here so you can plan accordingly for the new server, and also hopefully some time for me to be able to clean out these wires. This is a shared space, so it's not only me here, or me, the Sister Fund rather. So these have parts lying around all over the place, but it's also shared with a bunch of other companies on this floor. So I'm gonna do my best to see if I can get the flash. Sorry, I turned off. I'm not gonna be able to use the flash that well. But anyhow, so this is basically the console area they have. To the right, these are all the different companies' connections. This one, the Verizon DSL service, I believe, is the Sister Funds now, because their connection speed is very, very fast today. Anyhow, so these are just the punch panels. Now the cabling runs some through the ceiling. I mean, there's panels missing. These are all the patch cables that are obviously going to the walls and such. But this is the mess. I mean, this thing is just humongous. I don't really know where everything is, but I have a good idea of a few items. That's a Netgear Foxtrot Sierra 116 16-port switch here, the one that's blinking, and right below it is an old Netopia. It doesn't even look like it's used. They have some of these data connections. I'm sorry, these I guess similar to what they have at St. Leo's, and then a whole bunch of switches, which I guess are all shared by different people. The paneling is really, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Each panel has 45B or 46A, 46B. See there, it should be a little easier. Yeah. See there in this section. Now the Sisters Fund stuff. The green cables are connected to the telephone system, and they have another switch on the side there. That single cord right there just goes to the printer on the outside. But if you look through, I mean, if you look through these wiring, it's just totally off the wall. Here I'm going to sit in front of the Sister Fund's computer, which is really just an old flat panel. It's like working in the jungle here. So I'll move this stuff away, and this is kind of what. Again, I'm sorry for the lighting. It's just very dim here. Hold on, let's see if I can be resourceful. That's really not going to offer much. Anyways, on the top is the D-Link NAS device, and right below it an APC SmartUps 1000. Same design like this guy. You can see it needs a new battery. And then on the left side, it's a shame this thing is so dark, I'm sorry, is an upright Dell server with removable drives they use for daily backup. This guy here. And it's just on its last leg. We have, for a KVM, just a crappy monitor. And I mean, look at this stuff. They have these tags everywhere. Like, this one's going to this random spot. I think right here there are 4 companies sharing space. Some of the wires are prehistoric, like the telephone cabling. In fact, if I can point to it right relatively for you guys, it should be right, that one there. And also the gray stuff up here. It's just single telephone cable that's coiled up all over the place, and there's just not really any order to it. That's the Sonic wall on the very top for the Sister Fund. They all want remote service, so an SSL VPN would be a definite. But we may also want to get them to bill some time to speak to the other companies and see if we can't make this a little bit more sensical. Because right now it's just all over the place. Here's all the servers and such for the other companies. And maybe I can light this up and movie editing program. I don't know. I don't have a lot of time. Additional switches. Now the phone switches are here, Avaya, which is strange. Oh, well, I guess it's not really strange, but it's interesting because then they have this main unit here, which is the one with the green connections, and that's where the actual phone ports are. But for the most part, they had some labeling per company, but I really can't tell. And then they have a KVM set up for the other company. Splits right down the middle here. Sister Fun stuff. These two UPSs, top and bottom here, as well as the external drive, I believe, belongs to another company. And we have a lot of rack space. I mean, we can get a DL360 G6 in here without any problem at all, and clean up a lot of this mess. Maybe a new UPS, trade in these old two guys since they need a new battery on this anyway. We get a like one that we just installed at Highfield, one of those flat dealies. Not quite as substantial. We have plenty of room. We can even put the networking gear in the bottom so that it doesn't become part of this mess, and kind of segment it ourselves. I have no fear that I can do it, or no doubt rather. So we just should. Oh, I also talked to Laura, and she's going to approve that, to be able to move it around. I just don't know what kind of help we're going to have from the other companies. Last thing I'll show you is the back. I mean, you can see this stuff is just sloppily written around. There's all the LAN info from the other company, and ISP info. I mean, there's strips everywhere. There's power supplies. You don't know what's going where. And I mean, this is some of the most important stuff that these companies have, and yet they're just kind of whatever. See, and then we go over. Like, these are run nicely. These are all run professionally. Some of them are terminated oddly here. That doesn't matter, but it's all run very well, and there's plenty of air. We just have to figure out something to do with this double. These looks like the same racks that O'Halloran has, so I bet we're going to be easy to find pieces. The only difference is here, O'Halloran had some plates over their cable management, but this is fine. And then there's also just some spare workstations and things around. Looks like a spare video cable. I mean, we could probably do this reasonably inexpensively. Okay, that's enough. Bye.